doing some like live vlogging just to try it out. And so this is going to be recorded if that's all right.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Cool. Doesn't change anything that we're talking about. Willow and I have been putting our heads together around some process optimization, right? How do we produce more podcasts? How do we generally create the getting more content out more systematically? Cool. So Willow had a bunch of questions for you, Laura, about sort of our system, quasi-system as it exists currently.
So I kind of had Robin walk me through the current podcast process and what that looks like with you and James and how it gets tossed back and forth. And there's a couple areas that I'm thinking that could possibly get streamlined. One of the ones I wanted to ask you about specifically is Robin remembered about 2 years ago when you guys were first setting this up, your computer wasn't able to do...
It's more like 4 years ago. I just thinking about time, I'm like, that was 4 years ago. Continue, please.
I didn't attempt to switch that until about 2 years ago. Yeah, and I remember we tried quite a few different things. Okay. And part of that is that it seems like there's this step where he does the MP3 tagging and then passes it off to you, and then it gets posted and updated. And I'm wondering if I do a little bit of research if we can find a way to combine those steps, or to have the same person doing both, so that it's less of it going back and forth. Right. Especially as Robin's picking up some new projects right now, I want to see how many of these smaller pieces we can keep with other people, or like if we can find someone to own this project and kind of keep a finger on the pulse of the project flow for specifically the podcast, if that would help free up.
It may be also, Willow, as I've thought about this since yesterday, that Libsyn has made a bunch of updates since we started using it 4 years ago, and they may now do meta tagging internal to the program. I'm not sure, but it's possible that they do that fully now inside of Libsyn.
That feels like it would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be surprised that it wouldn't allow you to do both, because it seems like the MP3 tagging has been around for 20, 25 years, and that it would be something that would be built into a lot of programs. Right. I'm just wondering if there's a way we can combine these two or streamline it somehow. Right now we just haven't been doing very many podcasts, so it hasn't been an issue maybe for the past year or so. What we want to do right now is if we can streamline the process a little bit now so that we can increase the flow and be doing a lot more. Robin's got a goal of doing one piece of content per week, one per month of which is specifically an interview, so doing like other articles and podcast pieces at least once a week.
The goal also is that interview is going to be in person, and it'll be also captured on video. So that'll be an audio interview and a video interview, like we did with Alexis and Anthony Kim.
And out of curiosity, from the time that one lands in Dropbox and you guys are like, hey, we're doing a thing, Robin recorded a thing, from that point to when you pass it back and post it online, do you have an idea about what that timeline is, or what a cycle for a podcast is for production? Well, that depends, and that's one thing I was going to mention in terms of productivity. It depends on like how intensive the audio file needs help in editing. We're checking specific seconds and double checking that I didn't hear something in the background, so I listened to it more than once.
If we have better audio quality, that means less work. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I just find that I spend so much time making that original set of notes that's the thing that slows everything down.
If I spent a day, a month just recording audio is so easy to record for me. The main thing is I need an audience. I need somebody that I'm speaking to. That's why Michelle and I were able to do so much. And Laura, why it took me so long to record the responsive audiobook, because I was doing it by myself alone in a room. If I'm telling the story to somebody, it's easy. The other thing that takes me time is just the task switching. So if I haven't done an audio setup in a while, then, the setup, the tear down, the getting my mind in the right place. But if I just, that's why I say like a podcast a week is really easy if I know I'm holding myself to that, and also I'm accountable. There's so much that's accountable outside of, right? If I'm accountable to one of you or to somebody else for something, that thing is going to happen. If I'm accountable only to myself, maybe I'm focused on handstands today and not on podcasts.
And I was wondering, where I don't have a full understanding of what you do in your time and all of that, but I'm wondering if you would have interest in having more of a conversation with Robin and or I about kind of owning a bit more of the podcast flow in a way that looks like reminding Robin, hey, and you need to think about some more content soon. Yeah, it would be helpful if we start this a little bit slow rather than jumping into one a week when we've been like 0 all year. Totally. For this entire year. It feels overwhelming to me at the thought of doing 1 a week right now.
Cool. Thank you for saying that and sharing that, Laura.
Yeah, I feel like a little overwhelmed, but I feel like if we started with even just let's do one together, let's see how this process goes, then let's do 1 every other week, and let's streamline this a little bit more, and then kind of going into every week situation, I feel like that would be a lot less for me. That way we could kind of reassess the process as we go rather than trying to...
Totally. No, it's what I'm always teaching clients too, is, or what we did well at the cafe is like micro steps on what's already going on, rather than like trying to implement an entirely new system from scratch tomorrow.
Yeah.
So thank you, Laura. That's super useful to hear.
Yeah, and it's really helpful for me to hear capacity and all that. I don't think that any of us could jump into doing like 1 per week because that's a pretty significant workflow, but I love the idea of maybe getting 1 out in December and then maybe seeing if we can get 2 out in January and then kind of checking in through that process and seeing how is the ramping up, what do we need to tweak, and making sure it's realistic to get to once a week. Sounds good. Yeah, I'd be down to just maybe start with dropbacks, see if that gets a little overwhelming, and then adjust from there. Yeah. That's my thought, is start where it's familiar with you already, and then as you go through this next cycle, give some thoughts to how that process is working, and if there's ways that you can optimize it to make your life easier, then like that's kind of where my brain is focused, is I don't want anybody to feel pushed or stressed.
I want to appreciate Willow, Laura sharing the let's start small, guys. The potential for overwhelm there is just a really good reminder, especially given my propensity for diving into things head first.
With you.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's like, wait, what are we doing now, Robin? Laura, I really appreciated the comments in the proposal that Willow and I have been putting together for Education Elements, so thank you for those.
Almost done with it.
Cool, fabulous.
We called it on the, I think, 3rd page, so there's only a little bit more for me to look through, but
awesome.
It was all up. It looks really good.
Cool, thank you. That's it on my end. Is there anything I can do for either of you?
Oh, my pleasure. I honestly really like systems and organizing things. Robin's like, wait, you enjoy this stuff? Sure. I'll just throw you at things. That's awesome. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
Alrighty, send my hellos to Angela. Good talking to you both.
Talk soon.
Alright, bye.
Bye.